Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins and Trevor.
You would eventually die because you're not actually having this recuperative thing that we call sleep. So yes, animals need it. Even apparently they've done observations on things like fruit flies. Even fruit flies, tiny little things which don't live for very long anyway, they have periods of absolute quiescence, absolute rest and silence. And any animal they've ever researched has the same thing. So yeah, it's quite interesting why we have to do something, and probably it's one of the few things in the human condition that scientists, doctors, researchers haven't yet cracked. They haven't found out why we need to sleep. Now, for my part, what do I think about? I've thought about this a lot, really. Just why do we do this? Why do we need sleep? And I think, and like all of us, I bring in sort of personal feelings about it. I think first and foremost, it's an escape route, because I think sometimes, people talk about life after death, life after this, or life after life, really is what we should say. Is it there? Do we carry on? And maybe there's an instinct in us to want to go on living in one dimension or another after this. I don't know. Not everybody would agree with that. But at one level, you could say eternal consciousness is actually something. I speak for myself. I don't think I would want eternal consciousness, where you've got to be somewhere, even in another form. You've got to be, as I said before, at it, doing things, thinking. And some people could say it's quite a prospect of hell to have to go on forever and ever, eternally. So, okay, that's a bit different from what we're saying here. But even the idea of spending our lives having to be conscious every moment of our lives for however many years it is actually not always a good prospect. So to me, it's, again, whether the brain puts it in there, whether a creator has put that into us, to me, it's an escape. Because if people sometimes we all get stressed, don't we? That can stop us sleeping sometimes. We get worried about things. There's such things as depression. And somehow maybe it's vital that we get away from having to deal with just being, having to deal with consciousness, having to stay on top of things, because to all of us, there are times where we don't feel we're on top of the things in our lives. So for me, I think it's an escape. And even when you're not necessarily feeling you want to escape from things, if everything's going fairly well, I just think that laying down comfortably and dozing off, if you like, and actually thinking about just how comfortable you are in that bed, on that pillow, it's very, as I say, restorative, very recuperative. So for me, it's an escape route that takes us away from consciousness for a few hours, and I think that helps us continue, our lives on a daily basis. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on that, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I was just waiting to see if...
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins. The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.